refund half of the original amount of $150 because there are some funds that are non-refundable in that case. So $150 refund for Peter Cirillo, 8 Blossom Lane. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. Next, we have a request from the building department to purchase some new tablets along with some associated equipment such as the cases for them, the screen protectors, and the Verizon data plans. So we have a request. The bidder would be Verizon at an amount not to exceed $5,500 for those 3 tablets. This is used for their inspections out in the field, so they can remotely access the information they need and get their information submitted directly into the system, the database system that they use. I will make a motion. We approve that request for an amount not to exceed $5,500 with the vendor being Verizon. So moved.
Second.
Discussion. The only thing I would ask is if we have modified the amount, if you total up what they're looking for, it comes up to a little over 5,100.
Okay.
So I don't know why they need $350 more.
I just figured that was, it's once in a while, these have an amount not to exceed just in case there's any extras on that. But what would your amount?
Listen, I would recommend we
5,200?
5,250.
Okay, I'll amend that to be 5,250 per the supervisor's calculations here as presented tonight. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And next, last week, I sat in with our administrator of our EMS, and we interviewed a fine young man, John Cariello. Sorry if I mispronounced his name, but he was an absolute gentleman from Mayapack Falls who wants to be one of our next EMTs. We have a letter from Mr. Kearns recommending that we hire this young man. So we have a resolution to accept the recommendation of our EMS administrator and hire this gentleman as part-time EMT at an hourly rate of $19.75 per hour. I will ask that this resolution be entered into the record as though read. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next, and I get all the good stuff tonight, is the holiday party for town employees and an update on the State of the Union by our supervisor, who promised this year to keep his remarks to 3 hours and 35 minutes. And so this is a resolution to approve the holiday lunch buffet, town employees, Friday, December 15th from 1 to 5 at the Recreation Center. Employees complimentary, guests $15 by 12/8. The request is to have a budget not to exceed $1,500 for this event. So I'll make a motion that the town board approve Patterson's 2023 holiday lunch buffet. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Next, we have the town board meeting schedule, which we've all had a chance to look at. And so barring any questions from those of us present.
What are you saying, Charlie?
What's that?
What are you saying? Retiring or something?
He's on a roll. Let's go.
I'm going to make a motion that the town board approve the 2024 meeting schedule with the caveat that we have a couple of missing members. If they so choose to want to discuss full board, any adjustments, that they bring that forward at a later date. So I'll make the motion to approve the 2024 meeting schedule as well as the 2024 holiday schedule. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Next, we have a memo from the Patterson Fire Department saying that they're recommending or advising us that they're adding new members to the fire department. And so I'll make a motion that the town board approve the following members for the Patterson Fire Department: Anthony Rivera, David Stillwell, Robert Maxwell, and Brittany Ramirez. So I'll make a motion that the town board approve those good people to be members of the Patterson Fire Department. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye,
Set, Charles. You all set?
I'm good.
All righty. Next item we have relates to 300 Lake Shore Drive and a request for a license agreement. This is a property in Putnam Lake that has some existing improvements that are encroaching on the town right of way alongside the road. And they are before the ZBA for some variances. But one thing that we need to consider is a license agreement for the continued use of those improvements that were made on their property. It's a small area along Gordon Road, even though the address is actually 300 Lake Shore Drive. And it's there's a vinyl fence that's up, a small patio with a fire pit and an above ground pool and deck. So it doesn't impact the road in any way, but it is within that 25-foot right of way. So we have for consideration a revocable 10-year license agreement, which has lots of protections for the town. Revocable meaning if for some just cause, we can notify them that we need to eliminate or dissolve this license agreement, and also holds harmless any impact to the town property. So anything, Jamie, that you think we need to cover, or
I think
you'd
you
like to add?
explained it quite well. It provides indemnification to the town if anything should happen on those improvement areas. To the town property and the town itself, if anything were to happen to the owner of the property or a guest of the property while they're on that area. And it's revocable at will by the town. So the town at any time could revoke it. And the licensee isn't permitted to construct anything additional in the area. If they ever removed those improvements, they couldn't build them back. So it really is just giving them the ability to continue with the improvements that are there. And it gives the town the protections if in case anything happens there. And this is subject to them getting those variances. So if the variances aren't granted, then this license would not be effective. And just as a little, by way of a little backstory, like how did this happen? It's my understanding when the pool went in years ago, permits weren't required from the town. So the owner that owns it now wasn't aware that, that there was an issue. Obviously, someone didn't get a survey when they built the pool, and that's how this problem arose.
Anyone here tonight for this application? Anyone in the audience? No. Okay. I was just checking. Anything from you gentlemen? No? Okay, well, I'll make a motion that the town board approves the signing of this license agreement between the town of Patterson and Tanya and Michael Fry of 300 Lake Shore Drive.
So
it's actually.
Oh, is it in there?
It's in number 10 in there, exactly the way Jamie just said, subject contingent upon approval for the variances from the ZBA. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Okay, and then the next item relates to a paper road that is at 45, or is actually in front of 45 Scott Place. It's interesting. It's so the town has many paper roads, especially in Putnam Lake. They're all over the place from when that land was laid out originally. And this paper road, the person requesting that we consider abandoning the paper road. It's not used for anyone's current access, except that the person that asked for us to consider abandoning it, their driveway goes across it. They own property on both sides of the road. So the question I have for Rich is,
They own everything.
they own everything, but do they own these greens?
Yes.
They do. Okay. That was so by eliminating the paper road, we're not eliminating anyone's road frontage.
No.
Okay. So, as long as it doesn't create any landlocked lots. All the lots that are listed are so small anyway that I don't think they're, have any chance of being built on. So can we, with the elimination of the paper, or can we combine all the parcels?
The lots would be merged together, because
Great.
the others don't have any frontage at that point. So
Okay.
by operation of law, they get merged.
Perfect.
So it's just a question of having a public hearing on the application and moving it forward. If everybody is in agreement that this is something we should pursue.
Fine, yeah. Do you want me to set a public hearing forward next? Will we be ready in 2 weeks?
We're ready now.
Ready, we're ready now. So
Ready now.
All right, I'll make a motion that on the request of 45 Scott Place to abandon the paper road. Is the paper road?
Paper road that runs between Scott Place and Sullivan Drive.
There you go, between Scott Place and Sullivan Drive, that the town board holds a public hearing at the next scheduled town board meeting, which is it's 2 weeks from now. December 13th? Is that it?
That would be the day.
December 13th. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And lastly, we have a request from our building and maintenance supervisor, Dennis Mays, that we need to do some work to the ultraviolet disinfection system on the water supply at the courthouse. It is not working, needs to be replaced. Dave Adams Plumbing has provided a quote to replace the unit in kind for an amount of $4,395. Make a motion, we approve that request. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. So a few weeks back, we lost our town planner. She moved on to greener pastures and moved away, and we've been looking for a new town planner. I just want to inform the board that I've advertised in a number of trade magazines, the American Planning Association, New York Planning Federation. We're advertising on our website. This is a position that would be in charge of the planning department. They need to know a little bit of a little bit about the law, but a lot about some software programs that we have, such as ArcView, and more importantly, about administering codes and land use practices in general, especially stormwater. I do have one resume in that I've talked to the two of you about separately. Just to let everybody know in our audience that we are currently looking for a new town planner in the town of Patterson. So. All right, we had a public hearing earlier today on local law number 6. Actually, it was introductory law number 4, which then becomes local law number 6. Does any board members have any questions about this? All right, without objection, I'll ask that the resolution be entered into the record as though read. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, next up is the Stagecoach Road abandonment. We talked about, the portion that was abandoned. I didn't hear anybody really objecting to what we were doing. So, again, without objection, I'd like to move that the town board approve a certificate of abandonment for a portion of Stagecoach Road as described in Schedule A and shown on the associated map. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Now we're down to the fun stuff. Let's find it. All right. So we have been working very, very hard on rebuilding and extending the Dorset Hollow Water District distribution system. So we could bring it down Front Street, which is the last component we need to take serious actions with Front Street. And we are at that point where we need to extend the district. We have a map plan and report talking about all the various components of what we are proposing to do here. It is on file with the town clerk. And that being said, I would like to introduce without objection the town board's order adopting the map plan and report to extend the Dorset Hollow Water District in the town of Patterson and setting a public hearing for December 13th, 2023 at 7 p.m. or as soon thereafter as can be heard. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That was a very big step, ladies and gentlemen, towards finally getting something happening with Front Street. Other business, does any board member have any other business?
We don't have a brochure for it, but we want to mention that Saturday night in Putnam Lake at 7 o'clock is the Putnam Lake Parade, Christmas Parade and tree lighting. That's a great event, so.
It is. All right, I have another one here, blood drive, Town of Patterson Recreation and Parks is sponsoring a blood drive Friday, December 15, 2023, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. Scheduled to donate at redcrossblood.org. Use the sponsor code Patterson. Okay. Public recognition. I'd ask anybody here with us tonight, if anybody has any questions or comments for the board, you would approach. What are we doing? Oh, we already did that. Charlie did that.
Oh. So you did the holiday party.
See, I am paying attention. Mr. Odell,
All last spring when we're in the water at the carp gate, cleaning the leaves.
maybe next week. I'm hoping next week.
Okay, because the water level is higher now than it was then.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah.
It didn't seem that way at the dam. but,
The sump pump runs continually.
Okay, yeah, listen, I know it's got to get done. It's just been kind of a crazy summer and, you
I
know,
understand.
but
You could open the valve for a couple of days,
I could.
then nobody has to get in the water.
No, because the leaves are still there. I have to get them off the carp gate. But if I open the valve and draw the lake down, it makes it easier to get rid of the leaves.
There you go. Good thinking.
Anyone else? Sir? How are you?
Oh, Scott Seaman, Town of Southeast. Sorry I was late. I just wanted to once again thank Supervisor Williams and his staff for their working with the Brewster Science Department to allow the kids to come up and learn more. You've been doing this for a while. Just wanted to let you know we did appreciate it and to thank you. And I wanted to congratulate you too on your victories.
Thank
On
you.
your-
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, dealing with the students is always energizing, and it's a wonderful experience having them come up and seeing their faces when they go into the wastewater treatment plant is a treat.
Yeah. It's the little things that make all the other crap work.
Oh, yeah. Anyone else? You're up.
Good evening, everybody. Debbie Weisel, Patterson, but here this evening on behalf of the Patterson Library. Just want to share a couple of things. We really encourage people to come on out. The library is more than just books. There's a lot of ways there for people to connect and find areas of interest. I know, Rich, last time I was here, you asked about computer help, and I just want to remind everybody that the Patterson Library offers computer help twice a month. For December, it will be December 4th from 4 to 6 p.m. and December 18th from 4 to 6 p.m. Other things happening at the library, there is a Mahjong drop-in program. The Putnam Chorale will be sharing a holiday concert on December 2nd at 1 o'clock, as well as an introduction to gaming on December 4th from 4:30 to 5:30. There's a diamond art and holiday craft program going on 12/5. And then on Thursday, December 7th, a favorite movie of all time will be shown at 1 p.m. and that is My Big Fat Greek Wedding Part 3. And besides, again, being a place to connect, lots of ways for people to learn some new skills. In addition, they have newspapers, the New York Times. You can learn a new language. You can get help with finding a job. So many opportunities for people to participate and connect at the Patterson Library. So come on down and see us.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Anyone else? All right, we will turn our attention to those joining us by Zoom. If anybody joining us by Zoom has any questions or comments. If you would state your name and address for the record. Okay, well, thank you all for coming. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Was this with the tree lighting? Yeah. Oh.